Hello, in this video I will share something that's quite personal to me, and many of you will believe that it's not that special or what's the deal here, but for me it's a personal experience, and yeah, it has had a big impact on me in my life. Yeah, it's about growing up in a world that's completely different, or quite different from myself, where the standard is one way and I am the other way. And it is quite funny because it's nowadays I'm quite neutral to it, but it hasn't been a little bit of a struggle and not so easy. What I talk about here is to be left-handed. I'm left-handed, so when I grew up, it's like it's completely natural for me to use my left hand, and that's my dominant hand. And around me, our society is built for being right-handed, which is the common. Most people are right-handed anyway, so it's completely natural. But it has come with many type of struggles for me. Where, for just example, I can show you one example here to begin with. I have two pair of scissors with me here, and of course I always need to have a left-handed scissors, and we in Finland, luckily for us, we have this brand Fiskars, and they make both for adults and for children. They make left-handed scissors and also right-handed, and they are quite comfortable. But always when I was young, and also still today, when I don't have, when you need to use some scissors, and sometimes they are these right-handed, and I still want to use them with my left hand, and it's, you see, then it gets quite uncomfortable when you use a right-handed scissors with your left hand. Same, of course, if you are right-handed and use the left-handed, but many people like, what's this kind of scissors? Like, it's something wrong with it. It's like, because people are so used to getting what they usually get and what's completely natural for them. So many people can't understand that people might be different from what they are. Some people are actually left-handed, and they might have a completely different experience of the world than all those right-handed people. So that's quite interesting, and I grew up with that. But for me, the left-handed is much more comfortable, and this has had some, even though it's a small thing, you could say, but this have had some impacts on me, and that might be different for different people. That I needed, for me, the reaction was to kind of increase the importance and the status of being left-handed, that left-handed people are also quite okay, and we have something to bring in this world, and we are maybe better than the right-handed people. So it's just a simple thing, but that just to make it easier for myself, because I felt that no one really understood me, and or even cared about me being left-handed and left-footed, which in sports are really good. So for then I played group sports, football, soccer is the same, we call it football here in Finland, and ice hockey. Then I had naturally to my right side. And in ice hockey, you need to have some people being for the left side and some people for the right side. That's really comfortable, or like it's advantage to have different kind of people. Everyone can't be right-sided, left-sided being right-handed. I have the hockey stick to the right side then. Some people can play with both. That's the best situation, that you are flexible and use both. That's what happened to me eventually. But then I had a period when I was younger that I needed to increase my value and status by saying that like, not saying, but saying to myself, or increase my belief that left-handed people are also quite okay, because we have like these things that are influenced, like it's so easy to see in our society, especially for me being left-handed, that right is right and left is wrong. We put so much value into things that are not right-handed. So all the bad things, many of the bad things, can be attributed to the left side. Just start with in religion, and going to the left hand path, which is a symbol for the devil and for Satan. And I believe, at least I don't, but I know there's something called the left hand path, and maybe it was Judas that was to the left side of Jesus or something like that, and that's attributed to the left hand path. And then does that for me, and you could say that, okay, the right hand is the better, because the left side is the bad one. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's true, but if it had an influence on me, but maybe that's why was interested in black metal when I was younger. But it was not only black metal, it was death metal and thrash metal over in general. But here in Scandinavia, black metal was really big, like the second wave of black metal. I was into to cool stuff, which I didn't believe that was cool. Like every cool guy was into the devil, into Satan and everything. And that was the music. Music also told about. It was just a cool thing, and so that's my experience. And I believe that that's not the mainstream thing to do and be, but I have always wanted to be kind of extreme. And when you are born in a world where you believe that you feel that you are different, being left-handed and other things I have, which makes me different, it is quite interesting to see. It's for me, it's like quite okay now. Many people are getting afraid for a person when a person is interested in the stuff that I am, but I feel that I don't hurt anyone. It's a kind of a really like a what would you say, individualistic way to look at life. At least doesn't mean to be any that you are crazy or extreme in a crazy way, in a violent way or something. I don't know what people believe. I can see that you can get quite depressed, or like not so. You see in a way the world in a pessimistic way, or like in a, what's the word here, in like, for example, from Fight Club, nihilistic way. That you start looking at the world in a nihilistic way, from being into black metal and all that. But it's something in our culture in Scandinavia. Although we say we are the happiest people in the world, we also have a background of paganism and the Nordic mythology. We are quite individualistic, and that you can see also in a general level now, like in the majority, in the mainstream, is to be individualistic, and the highest form of individualism is kind of these values of let's say black metal. Black metal is a form of very individualistic culture. You get some kind of community around it, but still you all are valued as an individual, like in individualistic way. So that's quite interesting, and how it also developed here in our countries, Sweden, Norway, and Finland. And we all have like a little bit different kind of expression of black metal. And in Finland we have more like black metal. Sweden we have also more death metal, and then we have Norway, which maybe is the most extreme, the kind of black metal, at least what happens in the 90s, and which was Norway is quite close to Sweden, so they had connections there. But I find it very fascinating, and to being so close to that's really, really cool. When I was a teenager, today I don't even listen so much to music anymore, and certainly don't live like that lifestyle, because it's kind of very like a sad view on society. But I know strangers to study and get close, like from a distance, looking at how people behave, our like the bad things we do, violence, and our personal mental health, and how that could go wrong. I believe that we will always have some kind of let's say evil in this world, and by ignoring it, you are then of higher risk to just have it at your doorstep. If you're not aware of what might happen, and to realize that it's going on, it is a part of being a human in this world, you can actually feel better. You can be grateful for what you have by studying the evil and the bad things that have happened in this world. Because sometimes I feel often people want to ignore this stuff and they don't want to think about it, and they can't just handle it. But if you can look at those bad things and you see, okay, this is how it looks, and like, this is something I don't want to spread it, but I can see what it is for what it is, and I just study it objectively, like you can do with anything. Then it's easier to also handle more normal stuff, because these are extremes, and that's not so fun. Yeah. So then something else about being left-handed. Then what changed for me, that I also saw that many cool people, intelligent people have been left-handed, and I don't believe there might be some correlation, but no cause and effect of being left-handed and intelligent. That it might be some correlation there, but many famous people and artists, it's more like something with art and music and stuff, that you are left-handed, but not that just some of them. But I don't think there's a connection there, a clear connection. But then when I start looking at, okay, there's a lot of left-handed people there, and that's pretty cool. Like, and then it helped me. But I always, when I see a person writing with their left hand, is like pretty cool. Like, yeah, I feel some connection with this person, and that's quite cool. And and then with music, I started playing guitar when I was 9 years old. I played this way, having my guitar to the right side at the beginning. And then I shifted it because my dad had an electric guitar, and that was right-handed. And then I started playing with that, and it didn't change the strings. But then we have, for example, people like Jimi Hendrix. He's famous for just turning the guitar around and the strings around, and then playing left-handed. And that was natural to me in the beginning. But then I forcefully changed to playing to the right side. And I got used to it, and now I can play like right-handed better than left-handed. I never learned like those playing solos and everything with a left-handed way. So you can change it, and you can force nature, like you can go toward like opposite to nature, and learn new things. And even though it creates a tremendous amount of mental capacity to change something that's not natural for you. But I did it. Same with drums. I started in the beginning. It was natural to play with my left hand on the hi-hat and the snare with my right hand, which you can do if you play like more technical and more brutal music. It's good to have not your hand crossed, but have them straight, so you can also more easily move around the drum set. So it's good to know both. But I changed in the beginning because it's easier to do it in the beginning. But if I would have continued, I would have needed to make the drum set like a mirror of what it usually is, and that's of course possible. It's easy. You can just move around. But then when I learned, I'm all self-taught, and it was so much easier to do the same thing, which majority had. Like if you have like how a drum set is normally set up, it's like easier to just copy it. But if I would have need to change it, and it would require more mental capacity for me to change it in my head and play it in a different way. So then I started like playing with how most of the educational videos are, because for me, like I haven't got any like lessons or material or anything in my society. This is for left-handed. Like the standard is to be right-handed, and it's just so much easier to be be a, be flexible and adapt to that. I don't want our society to become left-handed. I don't want to have my left-handed rights and improve and enforce the rights for left-handed people, because I think that's stupid. And but we see here in our society that we have like minorities that, of course, everyone needs to have a better situation, and this is like so broad, left-handed people. But I don't see that we need to enforce some group of people only because they want to have it, and because it would be great, but we can't. You can't satisfy everyone. You will always be somewhat dissatisfied, and if you would try to make everyone satisfied, like some other people will always be unsatisfied. It doesn't work. So it's better to adapt and find a balance and not just enforce. This is my demands and this is how I want it to be. It's so sad because I am different, and our society doesn't recognize me. But we don't need external confirmation and from the outside. It's come from within. You ask yourself, how can I adapt? How do I want to live my life? How can I be in this world? And then you just be like that, and just think about, okay, for me, do I want to play drums in a left-handed way and change in my head how you play drums and just complete opposite, like a mirror picture, and then sort of do how you play the drums, how you move around the set? Or do I learn how to play right-handed and just use my strengths, from what I have? Like, maybe it's easier for me to move around a right-handed set and just do that. What's easier for me? And I don't need to change all the word around me just because I'm left-handed playing drums. And the same with guitar. I started playing electric guitar in a right-handed way, and now for me it's more comfortable. But of course, I have had this idea, this thought for a long time, that if I would have started and continued with playing left-handed, maybe I would be so much better at guitar now, because in a way I started learning from the beginning again. But I think it's a good mental exercise, because for me it's not about getting better, being best, because I don't play so much music anymore, like on my spare time. Like, I play with bands, but not so much for myself. But it's more about the mental exercise, that you push yourself and you have new, let's say, inputs, experience of doing things, and that's a good mental exercise. I could show you here like how I play. Like, I haven't played in a while, but I can show you it, because when I play some little bit guitar, and something else about this. It is a very interesting topic. Like I said, it's not a big deal, but for me it has been, because it's something that has made me special in a way, made it more difficult for me. And it's I would say it's always better if you are like quite normal, like you are like everyone else. But now we live in a society where everyone needs to be special. Everyone needs to have high ego, strong ego, and narcissistic tendencies. That's how you need to be. That's expected from you, for many people. And we see a rise of narcissism in our society, in the Western world, in the idealistic cultures, and it's interesting to see and observe. I would say it's always better if you are just like everyone else, and then you can just do things that you want to do, and you don't have to find out who you are and express yourself in your different way, and find out, get your rights affirmed and seen and everything. Not maybe your rights, but how that you have a place in this world. Like, if you already feel that you have a place, then you don't have to enforce your place. But I can talk about this forever, but I will show you here a little bit how I play it. I will see if I find a place. I practiced this before. Where is a good spot? Maybe here. This is my current guitar, and it's not in tune even, but it's like pretty easy for me to just do these things. So things like these things is like you see. I don't play very well, but I have the movement. This is not like this is not playing well. This is just fooling around. So this is a little bit about my playing. I'm not so good at singing and talking at the same time, but of course it's just this is muscle memory. It, so it's like I learned how to play guitar in the right-handed way, and it will always be there. It's like I need to just do the things like that. This is not even a scale. It's just, but I can. It goes a little bit slower if I try to play something actually like. So out of tune. Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I don't want to play guitar on video because I don't play. I really play guitar, and it would. I have some. Yeah, so 2 years ago I was making some. I recorded some drums, and I had the idea to record some guitar to that also. And I haven't. I should complete that. I should at least try if I can make it work, sound good, because it's easy to fool around like that, but to actually play something for real and play it well, that's a different thing. You need to practice for that. But that's like I haven't played I haven't played actively for many years, but muscle memory stays there. So it's like when you have learned an ability, a skill, you will have like a base level that you never will go under anymore, unless you get some brain damage or something. But you have like memory in your mind and muscle memory, and you can do it. That's the thing. Like when people talk about if I lose all my money and my business, this is how I would do it again, and they can pretty quickly get followers, get an income again, start their business. But they have a muscle memory, and it's so quick, they can just move so quickly. So if you look at a beginner guitar player, they don't play like that. They have like more stiffness, but I don't know. It's not good. I don't play well. I'm just fooling around because my muscle memory helps me. But it's more about that you have the good hearing, that you can hear, and you hear a song and then you can copy it, play it quite easily. You have the notes. You don't even have to know the notes. You can just have good hearing memory, because some of the best artists just had that. They don't have had any musical theory, but you could just play. Or then of course you can have good musical theory and just make good songs, like Beethoven. He was deaf, or after he got deaf, he made his best symphonies. So it's like you can have a musical theoretical understanding and also memory, and then you can make good music. So there's many ways in life for many things, and I hope this didn't scare you about my experiences and story. That's what I have how I was in the teenage years, how I'm now. Like you are when you're a teenager. It's like so funny to see how you are when you're older, plus 30 years old, and when you're just a teenager. So much different. You are like searching for your identity and everything, like this identity creation. That's so cool. How to see how people develops in their lives, and it's a special time. It's let's say a vulnerable, fragile time when you're a teenager. And it's so important that you get support, that your friends, that you surround yourself with good friends, and that you support each other, and that there's not too much competition like to put some people above others. in a not so supporting way, because competition is always is good, can be good, because we have like people are interested in sports. We would, if we wouldn't be interested in competition, we wouldn't have sports and other competitions. It's like so it's so natural to have competition. But then we talk about, oh no, like, but we shouldn't have competition at work. But then what should all those people who are motivated by competition, what should they do? Should they just be have a professional sports career, or what should they do? You know, it's more like they say we can't handle how to have competition between people, so we should say that okay, there shouldn't be any competition. We should be just be here and support each other as a group, as a team, and we shouldn't feel like we don't have to rank each other. We were not better and worse than any other, and any companies and whatnot. So what is we are just let's just be, and just not measure. Should we measure even? Because when you start measuring, you start comparing yourself and all that, and it's just a incapacity to handle the social hierarchies and competition and like those human characteristics that are very natural, but we say, oh, we don't know how to handle them, so we just gonna stop using them or not have them at all. Yeah, this is, I would like to stop now. This video is quite long already, too long. It was valuable for me, at least. I hope it's valuable for you also, and that I didn't scare you off, because some people are scared of people who are into extreme things in a way. But then I know that I can feel a lot of connection and belonging with people who are interested in the same things, like music, for example. But now it's like I'm not so extreme anymore, because I don't even listen to music. It's like other things are more important in my life. So yeah. That's the thing, because I was so connected to that before. Like music is the most important in my life, and that made it maybe difficult also to be flexible. But now it's not so that's important. I still enjoy music, but I don't listen to it so much, and other things are more important, like mental health, to help people, especially men in my community. I want to improve that and start helping more men. It's about helping men become better, high value men, divine masculinity, to be more masculine, to embrace your masculinity, because there's nothing wrong with being masculine, and that's what I want to help people with. But now we're almost in like half an hour, and if you're still watching this, I actually I'm impressed by you. But is being impressed good? But because I just read about that, being impressed by someone, that makes you more like nervous, or like it's a competition and valuation there. If you what was the other one? If you are just if you are attracted to someone, if someone is attractive, then it's not so much about the valuation. It's more like having fun, putting less pressure on you, and there's no valuation. So I don't want to impress anyone. That's so old style. We don't impress each other. We shouldn't impress each other. We should just experience together and pull other people up when they need to, and push them down when they need to also, because sometimes you are too caught up with yourself and getting too attached to your ego, and need to, what do you say, to convince other people of your greatness, and then you should take people down to earth. I'm about to finding balance there, because some like we all are, sometimes we are too much. We want to impress, we want to make better, we want to push other people down, we want to present ourselves how good and great we are, and so we are so narcissistic. And the other times we are too afraid to express ourselves, and shy and fearful and everything. Then we need to be pulled up to get into the middle, but then we like just to go in the right direction upwards, not in a narcissistic way. There's too much narcissism around us nowadays. So just to find the balance is difficult, but that's what we're going to do here in my community. But this is for about left and right, and thank you for listening to me today, and see you in the next video, and then follow my channel, check out my community and all that. Yes, right, thanks.